Oops, messed up at the end. But after that, there's only one more part. Hey, Bruce. Today we're going to be going over Bob Mould's The Descent, and I just want to play through it, all the parts that we have so far, just to kind of give you an idea of how it blends together. So let's start at the beginning. We've already gone over a lot of this, so this will just be a recap video. We start off with the power chords A, F sharp, and D. So Bob Mould does a lot of these things in a lot of his riffs. So listen to the drummer and see if that happens. But in a lot of the song, that's what's going on when he changes and goes back to the top of a progression. So that's the intro. And on top of that intro, we have another part, which is just the higher A power chord, which is 7, 9, 10 on your D, G, B strings. And it's basically once we start moving our pinky, we're not playing that high D and we're not playing that high B string anymore. So we start out with it on there, and then we omit it. And that goes on top of the A, F sharp, D. So it's a really cool mix, and it actually happens again in the verse. The verse has layered guitars also. The first one is doing a constant palm muting with release, going from C sharp to D power chord. C sharp, D. And it's just so you do the palm release. It's a 16th note pattern, and you release on the 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that happens, and then it goes back to actually the chorus part right there, with the overlaying. And it has a really cool effect. It's got great release. Then what happens after that is we go to kind of a bridge part that only happens once in the song, and it is on the power chords A, B, and D. So because we're in the key of A, that would be 1, 2, 4. All power chords. And notice how I'm doing that quick 16th note fill again. And you can do it both all down, or you can go like this. Both have their own effects. I think Bob Mould does a lot of straight down. But for this one, it sounds like he's more of a strumming kind of guy. So definitely play around with that and exercise both of those picking patterns, because they are very effective in their own right. So then after that we go back to the intro, and then we go to the verse again, which nothing has changed yet. Then we go to oh, I forgot one part. After the verses, we have a kind of instrumental break. We'll call that the bridge, and the A, B to D power chord will be the interlude. And so this bridge is very cool. It's only 2 chords. It's a E major. It's a E major bar chord from the 7th. So we're playing 7 on A, 9, 9, 9. 9, 9, 9 on our D, G, and B string. And then we go to that A power chord. He goes to this a lot in this song. And it starts off with a stop. So you rest, and then you go so it's a variation on the intro and the verse lines, where we actually had a line going in that A power chord. The same thing's going here, except it's a much more simple line. Rest. And we actually don't even go back to it. It's just a quick visit from the pinky to the 11th fret. And then you strum both the E and the A. So all together, slowly, it sounds like. And there's another line in there. It's very cryptic and it's very hidden. So we'll figure that out, and that'll be another thing that we can work on later. So now what's left are 2 parts. We have the part right before the solo, which is very cool, very simple, and it goes from D to a C with the minor 6 on top. So D power chord, or here. I like this one better. D power chord, and then you lower your index finger a fret, and that becomes a major. It can also be a C sharp with a minor 6. So, but it sounds more major to me. So we'll call it A major. So we go from a D power chord to an A, and then to a B power chord. Very simple, only 3 chords. Plays that 4 times, and then we go into the solo. So the solo is a lot of octaves. So it starts out and so we have octaves on 9, 11, 12, 11, 9, and then 7. And that little line is a single note line. Until well, you hold the octave down until you move strings. G string, 9 and 11, and then 11, 7 on our D string. So we do the same thing we did with that power chord in the last part, except so we have our fingers on 9 and 7 on our 9 on our D string, 7 on our G string, and then you lower your index finger. So you get this really cool kind of darkish sound. And then what happens is it's very loosely timed, but what happens is he plays this twice, and then he slides up from that same intro line to the solo, 9, 11, 12, and then he goes 14, 16. So altogether, that first part sounds like. Then the second time through, we start the same way, except we're going to be building on what we just did. So basically the same run that we had just finished. So 9, all octaves, 9, 11, 12, 14, 16. Make sure you slide into that last one. And don't pick it. So watch out for all these slides. And then you go back down to 14, and then you slide. You only pick once, and you're going to be sliding down from 11, 9, 7, back to 9. From 14. And then you do the same exact motion. Pick once for both of these shapes. And then on the E string, after you do the 11, 9, 7 on A, all octaves, you do the same thing on your E string, but 9, 7, 5, 7. And then you go back to that same motion we did. And then we go to a new chord. I love this shape, by the way. So we do that minor shape where you bring down your index finger, and you can do it in a loose arpeggiated motion, which means just letting the notes ring out. So we go. So minor, second, minor, major. So that's where you. So that's where we shift down. And then you put your ring finger, we're going to build that chord up, you're going to put your ring finger on 7th fret B string, and then your pinky on your 9th fret high E. Beautiful chord. So all together. And then we go back to that A power chord. That's the anchor for us. And then all that da-na-na-na-na is we're barring with our ring finger the 9th fret on our G and B, and we put our pinky back on to create that tension. So when we come out of this, we're going to start with no pinky on, and then come with it. So let's do the whole solo, and then there's one more cool riff that we can do. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And there's one last part, and for the rest of the song, we are playing just the part right before the solo. So we have a D, A major, which is just lowering your index finger on that D power chord 1 fret, and then we have the B. On the 4th time, and then thereafter every other time consecutively, we have a riff that goes with Make It Up to You Somehow, which is A power chord, it's right here, open A, we all know it. Not major, just A. F sharp 2 times, and then back to A. So that sounds like cool. Bruce, I hope this helps you in your journey. Have fun with this song. Anyone else who's watching, I hope this helps you along your musical journey as well. Take care and have a great day. Peace.